G'day, I'm Adrian, and this is my place. G'day everyone, welcome back to the fish room. Well, today I'm going to change it up. This is not part 3 of the filtration video or series. I'm going to actually take you through what's changed in the fish room, and as you can see quite a bit, I'll go through and explain that. I'm going to go through an upgrade of the orange shrimp tank just to put some plants in I've been wanting to put in there, and I just haven't felt it was finished, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to go through catching up and moving the Ruthven Tetra out of there. I'll see if they've left any babies behind. Hopefully some eggs are in there. I'm going to put them in with the rifle shrimp. I'm going to move some blue shrimp around, check the guppies outside. We're also going to move the fry tanks around, and they're going to go into this position where Ziggy is at the moment. As you can see, he's super stoked about the whole thing. So yeah, get ready, go and get comfy, because I'm going to go and talk about fish. Okay, well, I guess we should start off by explaining this. It's not going to be Ziggy's new bed, although he does like it up there. I'm going to make it into a new fry grow out rack, but this stuff all arrived in this shipping container. So I've had it in storage forever. Storage fees were killing me. This gym I've had forever, and I have no idea how to put it together, but my brother's a genius. He'll come and give me a hand. And I'm going to get that working, and it's very much LRB style, having a gym in the fish room, or is it a fish gym now? So that's pretty good, because funnily enough, these two seats are absolutely perfect for me to sit here and admire the view. This is a bit embarrassing. Needs a cut back, that's for sure. But I can give them some distance and watch these guys. And coincidentally, this one over here allows a perfect view of the 8-footer. So I'm not overly disappointed about having to put this stuff in here. One of the cool things I did get out of storage that I was pleased to see again was this. I think it's just 200 years old, or just over 200 years old. It's a butcher's block, hugely heavy Australian hardwood, and it was in one of the first butcher shops on the Gold Coast, I believe. So yeah, it's a nice antique. I'm going to sand back and oil and make it look new again. So this tank is going to get an upgrade today. It's one of the things that's on the to-do list. What I want to do is, this is dwarf Blixer japonica, and I'm going to take that out of there. What's the matter, mate? I'm filming, you have to wait. So I'm going to remove that. I'm going to take these crypts out of there. I don't think I'm going to have any crypts in this tank at all. I'm going to replace the japonica with this stuff here. So this was given to me by Chan and his wife, Lily, I think her name is. If I got that wrong, I'm terribly sorry. They're subscribers from my Instagram who grow amazing plants. These are Bucephalandra. I'm not exactly sure what type, but they are the same ones that are in here. So what I'm going to do is drain the tank down by half. In this area here, I'm going to super glue on some more of this Bucephalandra. What, mate? You can't play yet, just wait. I'm going to also take out, where is it here, this Bucephalandra, which is a really large, different type, and it actually goes very blue. And I'm going to put it where these crypts are. Now that looks terrible because I had it out there to show you these ones, so I'll move that back. These crypts are going to go, and the Bucephalandra, the blue one, will go there. So what I'm trying to do is get the height right. If you see from this side, I really love this stuff. This is just an amazing plant, but it's in the wrong tank, I think. So I'm going to move that stuff over to here and fill that out a bit. And I'm also taking some crypts from some other tanks, and I'm going to rescape this as a crypt tank. I'm going to take the timber out of here, and I'm going to possibly leave the Anubius, I'm not sure, but this will be a very different tank. No timber, no hair algae, and I don't know what fish I'm going to put in there. These guys are going to go over here. So this is the rifle shrimp tank. I've already trimmed some of the roots off. I'm going to take that one off there as well because it's irritating me being out there perpendicular like that. But I stuck this bit of timber in. I just wedged it into the sand and the rocks down there, and I wanted it specifically in the flow for this type of action. So I'm hoping to see that. I've only got 3 at the moment. They're called rifle shrimp. They're wild caught here in Australia. They're very much like bamboo shrimp. So I'm hoping to, there's another one at the back up there. I love that they're different colours. So I'm going to put a whole heap more in there, like maybe a dozen or 15. But I'm going to put all the blue shrimp in here today, and also the rough fin tetra, so they can swim around the top up here quite happily, I think. And I'll also, because I'm going to put the blue cherry shrimp in, I'm going to stick some Swaswasatang in that gap over there, so that if they breed, they can let the shrimplets go in the Swaswasatang. But yeah, that's the it's going to be my cherry shrimp / rifle shrimp display tank. Okay, so when I was given this stuff, it was grown in a clear plastic tub or translucent plastic tub in dirt, in soil, as you can see in here, with a lid on, so like a terrarium. So what I did is when I got it a couple of weeks ago, I put it into this container and I submerged it fully underwater so it could start its process of transferring all of the molting and melting of the leaves and all the rest of it. Can do it outside. I did it in a semi-shaded position, and it's taken off pretty well. So now that it's ready to go, I'm going to give it a clean and get it ready for the tank. Now that it's washed, and hopefully without squashing any shrimp, I'm just going to add it to the tank. Actually, before I do that, even though I'm dirtying it up, can you see I've still left quite a bit of the root ball on it. The shrimp will love that anyway. It will clear up over time, but it will certainly mean that it starts off better in this tank than it would if I just bare rooted it. Try to sink it in a bit as much as I can, and then I'm going to cheat by using these guys to hold it down. It'll look a bit rough for a while, but once I trim it after the first time, it should actually pretty much carpet this area. Well, that's the plan anyway. I don't know if the camera will pick this up, but the interesting textures of this volcanic rock that I get from down on my farm in the river. You can see the larger holes on this one, but it's perfect for the shrimp. I definitely don't want it too close to the Bucephalandra because it will grow upwards and it will send runners up the whole way if I let it. So what I'll do is I'll put a rock in front of it. Okay, now I've drained the tank. You can see I've got this stuff down pretty well. It's I'm going to trim it quite regularly so it stays quite low. I want to keep it really quite like a carpet that goes around, builds up to the height of the rocks, and then I can just snip it with some scissors. What I'm going to do is with this Bucephalandra that I've got right here, so this stuff, I'm going to pull that apart and I'm going to place it along this ridge line down here of the timber, leaving the big gouge out of the timber here as a bit of a highway for the shrimp to come up. I want this mini Java to grow across and up and around this way. So I think I'm just going to fill across here, which should then tie in these guys, the Bucephalandra that's in here at the moment. I won't use that, that's probably easier. The Bucephalandra here. So if I can create like, I guess an L shape coming up this way perhaps, or something like that, and then leave this open and then allow this stuff to grow. And I want this, I think it's Christmas moss, but it's a beautiful moss. I want that to grow as well. So I'm using this. It's the gel. It's supposed to be okay for shrimp. What I'm going to do is just try to find a spot in between on the rhizome as opposed to the roots. Just put a dob there. Hopefully that won't leak onto my bench. And now I'm going to try to stick it where I previously had dried without sticking the fingers. Now if you find that you've stuck the plant on and it's not either facing the right way or it actually you think it's in a better, it could go in a better position, so that sort of stuff. This stuff takes a while to set, so you do have a chance to move it around and play with it, and you only got to get it to set the once, and then wherever the rhizomes end up, the leaves will actually turn and face the sunlight or the light above. So if I can get that off without so yeah, I'm not overly happy with the way it's facing, as I was just explaining, but what that will do is now face the light probably within a couple of days, and hopefully all of that white stuff will sort of fade. I've decided I will take them out. I wasn't sure, but I don't think this tank will handle one or any more full-grown crypts. Plus I want to make a crypt tank. I can just get these shrimp out the way now. I should be able to position this where I was hoping to, which is on an angle like that. Bury that into the substrate and have him fill that space there. I'll just cover that red rock with these ones. There's a couple of small ones here. Just try to disguise the sharp edges or the straight lines, and then you will have no issue. It's fogging up a bit there, isn't it? So here's a quick planting tip if you're aiming to try to replicate nature or get a natural type scape going. So this is the dwarf blixer that I removed from my little nano tank with the orange shrimp. And you see how I've planted it. I've spaced it out unevenly and also odd numbers. So you'll see there's 4 plants, but over here I've got a 5th one. So the reason I've done that is that in nature, and if you follow bonsai or anything to do with that style of artwork, that there are a few sort of golden rules that you don't break. One of those is never use even numbers. So if you're going to plant out a group of plants or in a for some type of area, even if it's a bed that you want to grow in, the most natural appearance is if they don't go in one straight line. You shouldn't be able to see 3 plants in any straight line. You get 2 in nature, but the 3rd should always be offset. And this one over here has been designed to tie the rest of the scape to this corner. So if this was all over here, Yep, that may happen in nature, but I want to tie the whole scape together. So I'll put a random one over here, which when looked at on the whole, ties the rest of the tank in as one scape. So yeah, try to remember, plant in odd numbers, and if you have a rule of thirds, both vertically, horizontally, you've got to just remember that it is a 3D scape, and as far as the spatial reasoning is concerned, you need to consider things like swim room for these guys through the plants. How much room have they got? How much room do they need? How high will they grow? And also how thick, and will you need to trim them? So that was my quick planting tip. The tank has been refilled and cleaned up. I think it's come up well. I like the way that the space there has been filled in the center. I don't like the way that I stuck all of the leaves with the super glue, but that'll fix itself in a couple of weeks to a month. You won't notice it'll look like these guys. They look similar. So yeah, that white will disappear. I'm very happy with this boost. Just the way it slopes up from the front corner to the back, and then of course over the top. It fills that space really nicely, and I've got it stepped so that the shrimp have got multiple levels to play on really, or feed in, which is what they do. This stuff, I don't know how it's going to go. I'm going to try to keep it really low. It's really quite light green, which is different from the rest of the tank, a contrast which I suppose is good. I'm not sure, I'm kind of missing the dwarf blixer really, but anyway, I'm going to keep that short, keep on cutting it, see how it goes, and if not, I'm thinking I might even just have a full flat layer of Sawasatang there. So that's the rescape done on this tank, and now I'll just let it settle in for a few days to a week before I think about doing anything else to it if I'm not happy.
Okay, so my dad just called me outside because whilst our aviary is snake proof, it appears that we have, whilst the door's been opened, had a snake get inside and eat some of our finches, which is not good. But this is the culprit right here. Move, Zig. No, move. Come on, move. So this guy, he's a bit feisty by the looks of it, is an Australian carpet snake. Zig, come on, stay back. Stay back, mate. He's going to bite you. So that position that he's in there is actually the call an S shaped position, which is he's ready to strike. You can see how he's coiled up, ready to lash out at least that distance. So he is a naughty boy, isn't he, Zig? So I'm going to leave him in here, and just that's the size of him, the size of the nest box that he got into. I'm just going to leave him in there, take him down, and get rid of him straight away. I'm not going to keep him. I've lost about 9 chickens this year. 8 of them were babies. 2 guys like this, much bigger, but this guy got into my bird ovaries, and I am not happy about that. So anyway, he's about to be released. One of the consequences is we have a baby that doesn't have a mother or a father to feed it. So as far as finches are concerned, they're pretty difficult to hand feed, but we'll give it a go. Okay, time to let this guy go. I'm a couple of creeks away from the house, and he's still sleeping. There's heaps of cover. Come on, my friend. There you go. Just a little one. Fast though. How beautiful the colours are on him. He doesn't want to be held. Anyway, there you go. Good luck.
So that is how the tank looks now. It is somewhat cleaner. I managed to catch 3 of the tetras, and what I did is I took all of the hair, algae, and all of the plants and stuff that I did take out, I stuck into this bucket, and I'll watch this now for a week or 10 days possibly even, just to see if I get any fry out of that. I did think I saw a couple of eggs in there, so you never know, I might do. So this is the tank down here. I'll sit here for a little while and see if I can't find as many blue shrimp as I can to go into that rifle shrimp tank with those rough fin tetra. I managed to get 14 of these guys out. I think at the moment there's still a heap left in here. I don't have time to pull this tank down today, so I won't be, but that's all Soswasatang, pothos roots and cereal stone. So that's the next job. These guys, however, are going over here. These guys are ready to go in. I'll just do it slowly. I have already acclimated them. Not that I really need to because of the it's all the same water parameters. Alright. I'm very happy with that combination. Blue cherry shrimp, different coloured rifle shrimp, and now 5 rough fin tetra. I've got 1 more to catch at some point, and as always there's just that 1 left. Happy with that tank. This here is the 3rd tank that's actually going to come down off of there and onto here for the rack, and the few remaining baby guppies, I think the tricoloured Dumbo, so I'm going to put them into the pond or the tub that has them outside right now. So this is the tank they're going into. You can see when the males come around how beautiful they are. They've been outside for quite some time now, got the babies growing up. So all I'm going to do is add these guys to the rest of them. And leave them be. Lots of babies. Now, I'm hoping to be able to show you how spectacular these guys are. These are, I believe, platinum blue, but I'm going to chase that up. Guppies that were given to me as a gift by Matt from Duffy Aquatics. So the other ones he gave me were these ones, the 24 karat golds. I gave him some of my boys, which were really attractive, a few months ago now, and he had some really awesome girls that did colour up beautifully. So what he did was breed them, and then he's given me back these guys in return, and I'm super stoked. Thank you, brother. I'm just in love with these guppies though. The colour is just amazing, despite how fast they are. And check out these guys waiting for their food over here. Yeah, I know, you used to be the platinum blue ones I used to love. I still do love, of course, but wow, what can you say? These guys. Okay, now that the other tanks are filling up with water and I've rinsed them a few times, I've got cycled sponge filters in with them, and I've cleaned the new sand out, and I've left the dirty tank to put the stir-bys in, so the little babies, they'll love all that mold in there. So it's just about done by the looks of it, so I'll show you those after I collect these guys out and as I release them. So out of the first two trays, now that I've set these guys up with some cycled sponge filters, I've decided to disperse them with there's 3 rainbows in here. There's actually 3 more that escaped in the tank, which let's not talk about that. So I will catch them. Hopefully they will be okay. It's those guys in the tank. Then we've got, what are these? Oh, these are 3 L397s. So I'll just see if I can get a close up of them because they're pretty cool. Nice colours, going to grow them up. I got heaps more. I'm just going to start picking them out now and putting them in here to grow out of the main tank. The little ones. There we go. I won't see them again. Then lastly, there's 9 Adelphoi corridors. So let's see if we can get all of them in at once. I think they'll be happy in there, going out of that small tub. Much more room. Okay, 2 more tubs to go. These are the electric blue Acaras. I think I counted 24, 23 or 24. They're going in with the L397s. Let's see how they look. Cool. And they'll be happy with that swim room. Just starting to colour up, which I think is awesome. It's the biggest one. So they'll start to hang mid-water, top of the tank, pretty soon, I reckon. And last but not least, about 34 cories in there, and I found 3 of the electric blue Acaras, which I've dropped in here now, in the tub with them, so they've obviously jumped across, so they've settled in pretty well. So these guys, they're going to go in here. Mostly stir-bys, but I did notice a few Adelphois in there as well. Cute little buggers. Now one of the reasons I had to do that was these guys, I give water changes every week, and I have run out of room to collect these guys. So if you can, if I can focus in, where are they? Is to collect these guys. So these are stir-by eggs. Definitely stir-by because these guys, the albinos, lay hundreds at a time. And stir-by is a bit more secretive. I put them all around the tank, but I'll know because they will be in a few places. How I collect them is probably no different to anyone else. Just roll them off gently with my finger. I got 2 there this time. Okay, so I counted 9 that I dropped in there. Now I won't feed that tank at all until I see them swimming around. I'll check it every couple of days. And as soon as I see them darting around in there, then I'll feed the tank for babies. I'll put green water in, mix up some bug buffet, some green cuisine or something along those lines, and then I'll just milk the water up and drop it in. I'll also put brine shrimp in at some point in time. These guys are ready for a feed. So that's the fry rack sorted out again. and the first next lot of babies is in. Angels are waiting to be fed. It's dark outside. It's what time is it? 25 to 9. Now I'm going to call it quits for today. So they're all in. Adolfois doing well. Electric blue Acara, same thing. Rainbows, I haven't caught those other 2 or 3 yet, but I will. And all of the other cories are still piled up in that corner. So what I do now is feed the room. Okay, so that's another one done. Another day in the fish room. A long one, but we got heaps done, didn't we, Zig? Yeah, I know you're tired. We're going to go and have some dinner ourselves. So what I do is I put the outtakes, if any, of course there always are some, at the end of the video. Next week what I'm going to do is take you through the whole room. I'm going to do a tour of the whole place. It might be a long video. In fact, it will be a long video, there's no doubt. So I'm going to go through and do that pretty much like we did with Nick, but without Nick, and I'll just spend time talking about each tank and how they came to be. So that's next week. I really hope that you guys subscribe. I hope that you like. Please comment. I try to answer all the comments all the time. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. We're done. Thanks so much. Cheers, guys. Bye for now. Truly, you wouldn't think it would be this hard, would you? Sit down. Let's have another go. Are you ready? Is I put some outtakes at the end of the video, so this could actually. Turn around here. Boy. What's wrong with the ear? G'day everyone. Welcome back to the fish room. In today